start the,
Okay.
got it. Thank you. Okay, and zoning board of appeals, and we have just one case tonight. It is 2112, an amendment, Rosenbaum, 100 Second Avenue, map 40, parcel 135. Applicant seeks to amend special permit 2112 to alter the previously approved second floor plan and roof line for the pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. I don't know why somebody's calling in the background. And the board for this will be Trevor and Jan and Mick and Al and myself. All right, Mr. Zender, you're on. I'll mute
thank
myself.
you, Sharon. Hello, everybody. It's always just great to be on the line with you for a few minutes. This is an application the board may remember approved out on Lieutenant's Island for Jay Rosenbaum and his wife to rebuild the house, and it was a basically they were keeping the lower level and then pushing up the upper level. So we had to come in for a special permit, which we received. It really wasn't much of a hearing. I don't think there was any opposition to it. What happened was, in the course of construction, first of all, Jay switched builders, new builder came in, and in the course of construction, they realized that the lower level wasn't going to support the weight of the addition. So they had to take out some walls at the lower level. They had to put some reinforcing concrete in the lower levels. That necessitated a trip back to the Conservation Commission for reapproval, which they got. But in the course of switching builders and architects, they changed the roof line on this from a gabled roof to a shed roof. And what that did was, on the second floor on the east side, instead of having a gable roof that comes down with a knee wall, they were having a full height wall on that second floor, which increases the volume of the structure in the front setback. It was sort of an "are you awake" test for the new building inspector, who correctly said, you got to go because you're increasing the volume in the setback. So what happens is the wall on the east side, and you can see it on page A-1.2, moves towards the road, not for the whole foundation, but just for the upper level, gets 4 feet closer to the road, which increases the volume on that second floor, which requires a trip back to the board. So, in my own opinion, it doesn't change the use of the structure. It doesn't really change the visual massing of the structure because the ridge height doesn't get any higher, doesn't change. The footprint doesn't change. The outline doesn't change. It really just increases a small amount of floor space, maybe 4 feet wide by about, looks like it's about maybe 15 feet long on part of the east side. So I'm hopeful that with that brief explanation, the board will find that, the benefits don't outweigh the detriments, or do outweigh the detriments, and you can grant the permit. Thank you.
Yeah. And I don't think Chris, we have no letters on this one, right?
No.
And I don't see anyone here to speak one way or the other. So I'll start with Nick.
No questions.
Okay, Jan.
Well, just so I understand, I'm pretty sure I do, but the footprint is not changing. It's just that you're changing the angle of that roof. So with the shed roof, you get a lot more usable space. So it's a volume.
Because the roof isn't angling down towards the road, you don't end up with a knee wall. You don't end up with that space that you can't use.
Right.
So,
and the concrete that you had to pour the reinforcing concrete, that didn't change the original footprint.
It did not.
Okay, I'm good.
And the height doesn't change either.
Right.
Okay, Retha, you're muted, by the way, Retha.
I have no questions.
Trevor.
No, I can't say that you've made the building more attractive, but I don't have any concerns from a zoning point of view.
Andy.
I just, Ben, to be clear, I don't have drawings in front of me, but I did look at them. What is the volumetric increase?
Andy, we haven't even calculated, because what happens is it's really the vertical volume above the knee wall space that goes up. So we didn't even do the calculation. I'm guessing it's 4 feet by maybe 15 feet by. I'm not even sure what the height of that ceiling is. So I couldn't even do the math. Andy.
But and then to be clear, the height of the structure is not changing.
It is not.
Okay. No further questions.
Al.
No questions.
And I had the same question. I couldn't calculate that volumetric increase either. And I realized we didn't calculate it the first time either. We just said it was a volumetric increase. So, and this is where you talked about maybe having to add sand. I vaguely remember from the last time you had to add sand, and now it turned out you did have to add the retaining wall. I think that was all anticipated before that might be the case.
Yeah, if the board may recall, what happened last time was the overall height of the structure from average ground level was fine. But because the construction was, the amount of the foundation that was exposed existing naturally before they did this change was such that that lower level was considered to be a story. So what they did was they brought in fill around the basement to bring the natural level up, which is completely legal to do. You can change the grade, you can change your grade to make something not a story, but it did require going back to the Conservation Commission, which approved it because originally that all had been a dune that had been carved out. We were really putting back earth that had been carved out before. So it was more of a conservation question, I think, than a zoning question.
Yeah, I do remember when I looked at the paperwork, I remembered us talking about whether it was a 3-story building and, all that. So I don't have any questions. Yeah, so.
Thank
Anyone else? Can I have a motion to go to findings?
I'll make a motion to go to findings.
And Trevor
Second.
seconds. Okay, all right. This is an application under Wellfleet zoning bylaw 6.15 and Massachusetts General C 48S6 to amend special permit 2112 to alter the previously approved second floor plan and roof line for the pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The lot is in the R1 district. The dwelling is entitled to treatment as a lawfully pre-existing non-conforming structure, having been in existence for at least 10 years as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 8.2.2. The existing nonconformities regarding the structure are inadequate lot area, 17,424 square feet where 30,000 is required, intrusion into the front setback 2 foot 6 inches where 30 feet is required, and intrusion into the side setback 12 feet 9 inches where 25 feet is required. The structure is conforming in regard to lot coverage. The applicant was granted special permit 2112 to add a second floor addition onto the existing 1-story dwelling. Following the granting of that permit, the applicant has redesigned the proposed dwelling to include a shed type of roof rather than a gabled roof. This change increases the volume of that portion of the structure within the required front setback. There is no change to the location of the structure or its height. The addition will be built on the existing footprint and there will be no expansion of the footprint. There will be a volumetric increase. There will be no change in use. There will be no increase in use. The use conforms with the objectives of the R1 district as well stated in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 3.2. There were no appearances or correspondence either for or against the amendment. The roads, drainage, and other public services are limited on Lieutenant Island, but are adequate for this use. After considering the district objectives for the zoning district as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 3.2 and the relevant criteria set forth in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 8.4.2, the board finds that the benefits of the proposal will outweigh any adverse effects on the town and the vicinity. I didn't think I needed to go into the floodplain exemption because this is just an amendment of the special permit, not the floodplain inspection. So that's still exemption, so that stays. I need to go back through that. Okay, that's what I got. Changes?
No, I'll move the findings.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
All right, all in favor, Al,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Trevor,
Aye.
Jan,
Aye.
and Sharon. Aye. Move to grant the amendment based on the findings.
So moved.
Okay, Trevor
Second.
moves, Nick seconds. All in favor, Al,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Trevor.
Aye.
Jan.
Aye.
And Sharon. Aye. Every once in a while, I forget to say aye after I call on myself. It's strange, but
Hey, first of all, thank you all. Second of all, I have to say this, and Trevor, without offending any other member of the board, that's a phenomenal mustache you're sporting there. That is really great. I had to say it. I noticed it. It's really good.
Thank you, Ben. I was going to make a comment that I think that perhaps it's going to become a requirement of being on the board by looking around, at least. At the
I'm not doing it.
I'm not either.
mail. No, no.
You'll always be on the flight
With
back
respect to
and
the,
forth,
with
so.
respect to the female members of the board. So,
Well, we could paste them on. Well, all right, Ben.
It is phenomenal. I will grant you that.
It is phenomenal. Yes, it is. Very well done.
Any bigger, you're going to need a special permit.
Yeah, it'll increase the setbacks next to your houses.
The volumetric increase.
Okay.
that's
All
good.
right.
Oh, thank you,
dear.
everybody.
All right,
Okay.
thank you,
Always
Ben.
nice to see you, Ben.
Take care, bye-bye.
All right. I have a couple of things. First, we have 2 sets of minutes, right, Chris? January 27th.
Yes,
And so I need a motion to approve the January 27th minutes.
I will make that motion to approve.
And I
the
need a
January
second.
Second,
All right, Andy seconds. All in favor. Retha,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Trevor,
Hi.
Jan,
Aye.
Andy,
aye.
Al.
Aye.
And Sharon, aye. Okay, and then we also have the minutes from
I think it's
Whenever
February
we're-
24.
February 24. Okay, thank you, Jan. So I need a motion for the February 24 minutes.
So moved.
Okay, second,
I'll second it.
Jan seconds, all in favor. Retha? Retha,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Trevor,
Aye.
Jan,
Aye.
Andy, and Al.
Aye.
And Sharon, aye. Okay. Couple of other things. We have no meeting on March 24th. Andy, you picked a good time to go to Florida. On the 14th, Mick will be your fearless leader. I'm going to be in church. Now, on the 15th, the town is talking about going to hybrid meetings, presuming that there is the technology available to allow us to do such. Which means that our, Lord knows what, that would mean our April 28th meeting might actually be in the senior center
Mhm.
and hybrid. And Trevor has graciously volunteered to be my Zoom master that night if we have to do both Zoom and live in the building. So that's where we are. Yeah. Jan, yes.
So here's my question, and
Sure.
I know some of you know, not everybody, but my husband has a blood cancer, and
Mhm.
the vaccines don't work particularly well for people with blood cancer. So it's a little too soon for me to go into a meeting. I can't, because if I get COVID from somebody and give it to him,
Yeah.
Right.
might kill him, and sometimes I'd like to, but you know.
Yes, right. But on your own
But-
terms, not on
But
theirs. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, just,
I
Are
think
we-
we can do hybrid, which means you can join us by Zoom.
okay, I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
'Cause I-
So, I mean, I don't think that's a problem. I think anyone who's feeling uncomfortable can join us by Zoom.
Do we have to do this?
I don't know. That's the next question.
Okay.
Basically,
if-
when we were allowed to go to Zoom, it was because the governor gave us a reprieve on the open meeting law.
Right.
And he has not rescinded that reprieve, but I'm looking for that rescinding to come through at any point. Now, we have another month, and I will talk to town council about our options on that. But that's where we, if the governor says, no, the state of emergency is gone, open meetings are required, then we do have to allow for, I believe we have to allow for an in-person meeting.
But I would assume that if it's a hybrid, that each one of us would have to bring our laptops to the meeting to Zoom ourselves, I suppose, to those who were not there, who were participating by Zoom. But that's-
No, I
I think
think the
that's what-
town would have to
yeah.
provide that
the town would do it.
opportunity.
Right.
Okay, good.
The town has to do that.
Also.
That's why
under-
there's an issue about whether or not they're going to actually have the technology set up to
Right.
do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Prior to the pandemic and to that special ruling, towns could opt to let boards, let somebody call in or Zoom
Right.
video in, but
Mhm.
a quorum had to be present,
Right.
Uh,
Mhm.
physically present.
Right.
So you can't, and I don't know how, if that's going to change or what, but if it
Right.
goes back to the old law,
Mhm.
you know, towns had to accept that too. And so I don't know if we've done that to allow people to video in, or I don't know.
It's a very good question. And so I'm just raising it as it's a possibility. But we have no direction from the Board of Selectmen. As far as I know, the Board of Selectmen hasn't made any decision. And certainly they've got to have somebody out there who can facilitate the technology to do it.
They've
Not
hired,
just videotape the meeting, but actually have the meeting.
they hired a
Zoomed.
company. They hired a company.
Yeah, they have hired
that.
someone. So,
Yeah.
yep.
I think perhaps I shall write a letter, an email to the select board explaining my situation and ask them for direction.
Right. Very good
That's
idea. But
really-
we don't really, I don't think you need to do it yet because they haven't told us to go back off Zoom yet.
Okay.
So I think you can hold off until we're told.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
also
you
been
could-
told that we might not be able to get the senior center because there'd be limited amount of time for meetings. And so
Well, we'll
Okay.
cross
Right, and
that bridge when
a
we get-
Zoom meeting is an open meeting anyway.
the Zoom meeting is more open in many ways than
Of course.
an in-person meeting. We've seen that with 100 people here.
Right.
You know, it's not as if, you know, it's really, I mean, we have people from all over when we have a Zoom meeting. We don't necessarily do that in the senior center. So,
Exactly.
Like me.
mhm. So, yeah.
Well, I think the big thing is just waiting for the governor to make an announcement, and then
Right.
the people will go off the announcement of the governor, because he's the one that's rescinded the open meeting. So,
Right.
so that comes back in, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Exactly. That's the way I feel is
Yeah.
we will be on Zoom until someone tells us we shouldn't be. When we do, we will be hybrid. When we're hybrid, people can Zoom in if they choose not to be in the building, in the meeting is my belief. So,
And
As
if we
long as
need
they
a
have to-
quorum,
Exactly.
then we'll have to all coordinate to make sure we have a quorum present.
yeah,
if we
right.
do-
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
fortunately, we do have a full board, so I don't think. that'll be
Yes.
an issue.
yeah, that's the good news. We have a full board. So, yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is, do you want to go back to doing site visits together?
Yeah, why not?
Which would be like meeting in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot at 8 o'clock and driving off probably together or separately, depending on people's comfort level, to various places and seeing them sites at the same time.
Fine
I
with
have
me.
to drive separately just because.
Yeah,
I
of
can't-
course,
I
because
can't
of
catch
time, yeah.
anything from anybody.
Right. But
Yeah, I'm fine with meeting up. I don't know.
Great idea.
okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at least, you know.
Especially when you try to find Jay Rosenbaum's house that first time.
I refused to go there again, by the way. I just didn't.
I was working out there this winter. I passed it every day. It was difficult getting out there.
Yeah, yeah. I used to say to Manny every time we drove out there, you guys should double the cost when you're working on Tennant Island. 'Cause it-
I think, believe me, they do.
yeah. So, yeah, so, okay, well, it won't happen but it may, depending on what we have for the April meeting, for the April 14th meeting, we'll send out a thing and we might meet at the Dunkin' Donuts on the morning of April 13th and at 8 o'clock. We don't have to go into the place, and we'll meet in the parking lot, wave, and go see whatever we have to see.
And is Terps open at 8 o'clock?
Oh, they're open much earlier. No, they're not allowed to open till 9, are they? Or is it 8?
Okay.
What
then
did we
we're
tell them? You know?
Yeah,
Oh, is it 10? Okay.
safe. There you go.
Very good. Okay. All right. Those were all the things that we had. And you get off easy tonight, and you get off easy in March.
That's a record, 19 minutes. Well done.
Hey, boy, that is a record. Yeah. Mhm.
Wait for me.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. I need a
I'll
second.
I'll second it.
Al seconded, Chris. All in favor? And I'm not going to do the roll call. Aye.
hi.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, we are
everybody.
adjourned. Enjoy your evening, people.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Chris, I will send you the findings.
Thank you.
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can stop the
just-
recording.
Yeah, okay.
Pause the recording.
Let me just gotta make sure I'm saving. Wait.
Okay, now